This is the Recon Mech from LEGO Life on Mars. The set itself is one of the coolest I own. It's got a really unique design and has a bunch of different utilities. But it's hiding a secret. This set, along with the rest of its theme, helped spark a change in LEGO space that ultimately contributed to the downfall of the space theme as a whole. In 2013, the final LEGO space theme, Galaxy Squad, was released. It featured colorful spacemen fighting a swarm of insect aliens on another planet. While it was a cool theme, it was completely different from the space themes seen in the prior century, such as Futuron, Blacktron, and Space Police. Somewhere in the past 15 years, LEGO Space had taken a turn from the faction-based themes to more independent sets. Space factions, as beloved as they were, did not last. But why? From 1987 to 1999, LEGO Space flourished. This was largely due to the concept of LEGO factions. These sub-themes created a massive variety of LEGO space sets. In the first 9 years of LEGO Space, the sets retained a common color scheme and style, spaceships in blue, gray, and yellow. However, they began to face some competition from Tyco in the late 80s. Tyco created several space sets which were extremely different from classic space. In order to combat Tyco's entrance into the market, LEGO created factions for space and castle. This was very successful, and soon Tyco was no longer a problem. Space factions were here to stay. After Futuron was created, there would be an additional 17 themes, ending with Galaxy Squad in early 2013. However, the factions of Futuron, Blacktron, and other early themes are far different than Galaxy Squad, Life on Mars, and other later themes. The earliest ones retained a common style. Each new theme would have its own color scheme and logo. More importantly, each new theme fits into a distinct category: civilians, bad guys, or good guys. This was the foundation of factions. Over time, as factions would be phased out, they would get replaced with a new faction that took on the same role. However, things would change as the new century approached. It starts with Exploriens. Exploriens counted as a civilian theme, replacing Ice Planet in 2002. When Exploriens was phased out in 1997, it was replaced with nothing. The issues only started there. Just a year later, both the good guys, RoboForce, and the bad guys, UFO, were phased out. Only UFO got replaced. Now there was only one space sub-theme remaining: Insectoids. Besides the lack of other themes, Insectoids had one other peculiarity. There weren't any humans. Actually, this had been the case with UFO as well. UFO marked the very first time that extraterrestrials had been in a LEGO space theme. Anyway, Insectoids would end in 2000. For the first time ever, there were no LEGO space themes in production. For 1 year, the world was without LEGO space. Then, Life on Mars. Life on Mars' creation would be the nail in the coffin for space factions. First and foremost, Life on Mars didn't fit into any of the traditional categories of civilians, bad guys, or good guys. This is because Life on Mars wasn't just a group, it was 2 groups. Life on Mars is well known for its unique alien designs, but there are also humans. Life on Mars has 13 sets, and 6 of them include human minifigures. The inclusion of 2 separate groups within one theme differs vastly from the good guy bad guy style of the past. Plus, the 2 groups weren't even against each other. There was coexistence. Life on Mars was reminiscent of classic space in that way. Let's talk about color for a second. Space factions were known for their distinct color palettes. Blacktron 1 was black, yellow, and red. Ice Planet 2002 was blue, white, and orange. Insectoids was blue, gray, and neon green. So what about Life on Mars? Well, in this set there's a lot of sand purple and gray. But this set is red. This one is blue. Life on Mars had no central color. This only further disconnected it from the factions. It is worth pointing out, however, that the humans in Life on Mars do have a color palette, but it's nothing special, just blue and white. Of course, all this doesn't necessarily mean that factions were already gone. Life on Mars retained a few characteristics of factions. The sets all focused around a transport system, similar to Futuron and Unitron's monorails. Also, different sets were able to be combined and rearranged. This feature is similar to the modular jail cells of Space Police 2. After life on Mars passed, another issue was created: time. Life on Mars was relatively close to the end of Insectoids, only about a year distant. But it would be a full 5 years until life on Mars was succeeded by Mars Mission. Mars Mission was very similar to life on Mars. It was able to fix some issues, such as a lack of a color scheme. However, for the first time, there were minifigures within a theme that were fighting amongst themselves. After Mars Mission, the idea of pitting characters against each other never fully died off. Space Police 3, Alien Conquest, and Galaxy Squad retained this factor. Time between releases, scattered color themes, and a lack of organization ultimately led not only to the death of factions, but the end of LEGO space as we know it. While it might seem like I don't really like life on Mars, that's actually far from the truth. Life on Mars is my favorite space theme that I've gotten my hands on. There's a lot to love about post-Insectoid space. The aliens are far more unique than ever before, and there's no shortage of cool designs in these sets. Nevertheless, the era of space factions is over. Factions were the best thing to happen to LEGO Space. Without them, space would not nearly be as nostalgic as it is now. Thanks for watching.
So I just got in this car. They said they had candy. So I'm really excited because I really am looking forward to that candy. But we just stopped, so I think I'm about to get the candy. So this is. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, they're here. I'm gonna stop the recording.